Peace, peace, Black people. Welcome to Yemima's World, the Jelly Moose's Cafe. I am your hostess, Yemima, and it is good to be Black in the land of the living once again on this Sunday afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well. First of all, please like, subscribe, and share my videos. I am desperately trying to get to at least 100 subscribers by the end of July. So if you like the content, please share it, subscribe. If you don't like the content, please share it and subscribe. I don't mind haters, they follow me anyway on social media. They just don't say that they're following me. So I won't know who you are. If you subscribe to my channel, I won't know who you are. So you're safe to do so. All right, so you can see from the picture what we're going to be talking about today, and I know it's already been talked about. It's been on streaming services for what, a week and a half, or 2 weeks now. So everybody's talking about it, as we always do when it comes to TP movies. Um, Anyone who knows me knows that I am not a fan of his stuff. And the crazy thing is, I've never been, even from his beginnings when he was doing Medea on stage. It was just something that I just could not connect to, and it wasn't the actual content, but it was just something about him and his stuff I just could connect with. I didn't like his stuff to begin with. I think the only movie that he's made that I halfway enjoyed was Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and I think that was the first one that he turned into a movie from his stage plays. But it's always just been something about his content that I just never liked. And so the only reason that I watch his movies is because, number one, I used to review movies for a magazine. And so and I don't just watch his movies. I watch everything, and I kind of review and give my opinion, because it's my opinion of these movies. So what is my opinion of Divorce in the Black? Well, first of all, I have a problem with the title because I don't understand what the hell it means. Um, when the movie was being promoted, it alluded to the fact that this divorced couple, that there was going to be some type of money involved, that maybe someone was hiding money from somebody else, or I don't know, because it alluded to being in the black as opposed to being in the red. And even the character, and if you haven't watched it yet, it's going to be some spoilers, so you might not want to listen to it. But the character Mia, she alluded to something about, when I divorce, I'm going to be in the black, financially, emotionally, spiritually. So I guess that was what it was, but it alluded to the fact that there was going to be some type of financial, uh, you know, talking in the movie. So the movie begins with a funeral scene, and the black darlings from Mayberry were the family that were burying a loved one. And things get heated. I won't go into all the details, but things get heated at the funeral, and the black Beverly Hillbillies uh, begin to act out. And the matriarch of the family, kudos to you, Queen, for getting this. I understand that she's a teacher in Louisiana or Alabama or somewhere in the South, and she got this role on his movie. So kudos to you. No shade, no shade. You do what you got to do. But she looked so much like Monique. I thought it was Monique. So I took that as TP throwing shade to Monique, because they were beef, and her characteristic was very much like Monique's character in Precious. And you know that Monique and TP have been beefing about the movie Precious for a long time, and how he blackballed her in Hollywood. And I don't think they've squashed their beef. I believe her, Lee Daniels, have made up, and she's starring in a couple of his stuff. So, but I think it was throwing shade to Monique, because the character looked very much like Monique. Again, I thought it was Monique. Her character was very much like Precious, and it was kind of like, see, Monique, you could have had this part. And then The other characters in the movie, um, it's not so much that he makes the same storyline over and over and over again. Do you? Because if it works, it works, and if people are rushing to see it, then hey, go ahead and make it. It's not the storyline; it's the writing of the storyline that I have a problem with. The content, the scripts are horrible. The scripts are horrible. The scripts are so bad that even seasoned actors and actresses cannot pull off acting it out because it makes no sense. So you have a seasoned actress like Debbie Morgan in this movie. And even her acting in the movie was subpar to what I know this queen has done before. Even Megan Good, well, Megan Good could be Megan Good. She's gonna get down in every movie the way she get down. But even in this movie, it was just the acting. Even like I said, the best of actors and actresses can't pull off the script because the script is so bad. It has holes in it. It has um, dangling participles. It has cliffhangers in the middle of the script when it's not going to be a part two or part three. It just has cliffhangers in the middle, or how did we get here, or where did this come from? This makes no sense. And so that's one of the problems that I have. The scripts, they make no sense. The second problem I have are the sets and where he chooses to shoot his movie. It makes no sense to the script. So they were supposed to be living in rural Georgia, and Megan Good's character's family were farmers. The father wore the bib overalls and the cowboy hat, but we ain't see no farm. We ain't see no animals, no farm, no animals. The church was so small that it was probably, I believe he has a church built on his land, and they probably used that church for the scenes. I ain't mad at you. Go the cheap route. Do what you got to do, TP. They had a scene in a grocery store, and there's only three people in the store. uh, Debbie Morgan's character, Corey Hodrick's character, and then a Karen. Now, Corey's character and Debbie Morgan's character are going at it at the store, and Karen is just still stocking shelves. Now, when does that ever happen? That Karen in the store don't call the police? When does that ever happen? And again, this takes place in rural Georgia, and nobody has any type of Southern accent at all, except for the two white people that was in it, or the three white people that were in it. They were the only ones that had a Southern accent. One scene takes place at a carnival with one ride. So I have trouble with the scenery because it takes away from the storyline. Um, it's like he took his plays and put them in front of a a, um, a camera. It's like he's filming his plays because when you do a play, a theatrical play, there's only so much that you can actually do as far as scenery and having extras and having it look authentic. And I believe that it's very hard for him to get away from a stage production to a film production and bring it, and which I don't understand because he has the money to do so. So the script, the scenery, the actors not being able to carry the script because it's just awful. And then we have the fact that you are in a position to talk about our history in your production. You're in the position of power to give little history lessons in your production, and you don't take the opportunity to do so. You don't take the opportunity to do so. None of your characters' houses are decorated with anything of African American, of anything African. None of your characters um, wear African attire or wear braids or wear African jewelry. They don't wear cowrie shells. They don't wear anything. You go back and look at any black television show, and you will see the homes of these actors and actresses and their characters portray um, African American culture. Yours does not. It doesn't portray any African American culture. It portrays African American trauma, but not culture. On the Cosby Show, Cosby had, you look at the house, it had different paintings from African American painters. He talked about the civil rights movement in plenty of his episodes. If you look at Living Single, they always wore HBCU clothing. Their apartment was decorated with African art. You couldn't get any blacker than Cal Barker and Maxine Shaw. They wore cowrie shells. They wore African jewelry. They talked about African American um, things. They talked about African American and African history. If you look at Girlfriend, same thing. Uh, Joan had African art all through her house. Even Lynn talked about African American things. So you are not capitalizing on African American or African culture. You're capitalizing on their trauma. And that's the problem that I have with his movies. I don't care if he makes the same damn movie over and over and over and over again, which he's going to do because his base fans, they love it. They absolutely love it. So I don't care what he makes. I do have concerns, again, that you're not displaying African American culture in any of your movies. In any of your movies. Any of your characters could be white. Any of them could be white. And you think because you put black people in those roles that makes you a person who values black lives. No, you don't, because your characters could be white. Your characters could be white. And then I ran across a picture. Well, actually, I didn't run across it. I researched it because there is a name that appears on all of his TV shows, on all of his movies, on everything that TP does. And the name is Will Areu, Areou. I was like, who is this person? So I Googled it. And him and his brother are vice president and vice president of production and then senior vice president of TP Studios. So everything that comes out of that studio go through them first. So just like you have white record executives that push the stereotype of black people through rappers, you have white Hollywood executives that do the same thing with black film producers. They will push black people's trauma. Bet y'all didn't know that. Y'all thought it was all Tyler Perry. No, nope, 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 nope. Tyler Perry got a buckra and a tubob on the left and the right side of him. Sure do. Now, the last thing that I have concerns with TP and his monstrosity movies is ever since Taraji P. Henson came out and said that Tyler Perry paid her more than any other project that she has worked on, that he paid her what she was worth. Did he? Did he pay you what you're worth? Or did he just pay you more than what other people paid you? The other movies that you worked on were white filmmakers. They're never going to pay black people the same that they pay white people. Never. And now you have Megan Good and Corey Hardrick saying the same thing. Oh, Tyler Perry paid me more money than I've ever made in doing any other show. Well, what other show have you made that the producer and the director and writer of that show was in the category of Tyler Perry when it comes to net worth? Tyler Perry is worth $400 million, I believe. I don't think he's a billionaire yet, but I believe he's worth $400 million. So what other black person have you worked with that had that kind of net worth? Of course he's going to pay you more than what they paid you, but still, did he pay you what you are worth? There's a difference in him paying you more and paying you what you're worth. From what I understand, Taraji P. Henson got paid $500,000 for um, acrimony, and that was a one-shot deal. I think she worked 3 weeks to do that. And Shonda Rhimes pays Kerry Washington, or paid her $250,000 per episode of Scandal. So, did he pay you what you are worth, or did he just pay you more? And Corey, you're not even an A-list actor. I get it. Of course he paid you more than what you made on other ones. What other entertainment mogul have you worked for? I could see if you had worked for, I don't know, Shonda Rhimes or Spike Lee, and they paid you little to nothing, and then Tyler Perry comes along and paid you $10 more. Then yeah, I could see you say, "Oh, well, he paid me more than Spike Lee," but none of you have ever compared him to anybody else in the business, and black in the business. Now we know what Taraji P. Henson in The Color Purple. We know what side of the bread Oprah is. Her bread is buttered on. We know what side. Oprah ain't black. Oprah worked for the two bars. She had to go through them to get you your money, and so does Tyler Perry. But he has a cushion because he makes a little bit more than other uh, black directors. He can afford to pay them a little bit more, but he's still not paying them what they're worth. He bragged about the fact that he paid Queen Mother Cicely Tyson $1 million for her role in Fall from Grace. And I think she was on camera. I think he said something like 15 minutes and how he paid her $1 million for 15 minutes and how she only got paid a small amount of money in 1976 for portraying Jane Pittman. Um, and I'm like, okay, that was 1976, bruh. What was it worth in today's money? If it was worth $1 million in today's money, did you pay her what she was worth, or did you pay her the same amount that they paid her? And so now I'm starting to believe that it has to be in actors and actresses' contract that they have to say that Tyler Perry paid them more money than they've ever made in any other project. You know who I haven't heard say that? Blair Underwood never said that, and he was in Medea's family reunion, and Angela Bassett didn't say that, and she was in she was in Meet the Browns. I've never heard Tamala Mann or her husband, I can't remember his name right now, um, David Mann. I've never heard them say anything about Tyler Perry and the pay that he offers them. Not one word. Not one word. But now all of a sudden, these actors and actresses that are doing his Netflix and his Prime Video movies are saying that he's paying them more than they've ever seen in their entire lives. Is he paying you what you're worth, or is he paying you a little bit more than what others have paid you? I think it's the latter. Still don't think he's paying you what you're worth. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here because that's what the hell Divorce in the Black is. It's streaming on Prime Video. And I know that I'm not going to deter anybody from watching this movie because y'all love y'all some TP. He is a Hollywood pulpit pimp. He's a pulpit pimp without a pulpit. His pulpit are his movies. And just like y'all rush to give that pastor on Sunday, y'all last little bit of money, y'all will rush to do the same thing. And then y'all keep saying that he is giving black people jobs. Well, so is Spike Lee, so is Shonda Rhimes, so is Issa Rae, so is Lena Waithe, so is Donald Glover, so is Spike Lee. I don't know if I said him already. So is Gina Bythewood. So is the creator of Girlfriends, the creator of Living Single, the creator of Neighborhood, the creator of all of these wonderful Black shows. Tubi is mostly an all Black station. So who gave them those jobs? Who gave Black people those jobs? And there is a subscription service called All Black, and it's all Black. Now, who gave all them Black people those jobs? Because Tyler Perry's movies are a drop in the bucket compared to all of those movies that are on Tubi and are on All Black. So who's giving those Black people jobs? All right. So you know the drill. Love each other, love yourself, give yourself some grace, give other folks some grace. Stay healthy, stay cool, stay Black. Until next time, peace, family.